Hello and welcome back to Dial H for Heroclix. I'm your host, Calder Nest. This episode, we're going to be talking about day one of Smash and Destroy. This is episode 560. Howdy, howdy. Let's get rowdy.
Do you really wanna click save?
Leadership,
Roll a six, make a move extreme.
token up,
Taking action from your team. I go straight to your start, hypersonic speed.
roll a 5,
Getting brave, hitting blades, claws, fangs.
KO,
Stick and move, click a few just to hit a stop. Need a 3 CCE on a flurry close.
tear your dials apart.
Once the timer starts, do you really wanna click save? What's going up must come down. Do you really wanna click save? Baby, you gotta find the word you soon become. You're the best, the judge is wrong, but you mastermind the damage on. Roll your dice for initiative, son.
Dial H for Heroclix is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock every day, including all the latest Heroclix singles and sealed products. Make sure you check them out at CoolStuffInc.com. You can use code DIAL5, DIAL5, for 5% off your Cool Stuffing order. And if you go to shop.wizkids.com, you can use code DIALH10 for 10% off your Heroclix order over there. Not usable with certain pre-orders, promotions, or iconics. Joining me, like always, in the studio is Ian Eggleston. What's going on, Ian?
I'm getting angry.
Ooh.
I'm seeing red. I'm getting ready to smash and destroy.
I wouldn't like you when you're angry.
That's my secret. I'm always angry.
Ooh.
I'm always opening Heroclix. I'm always hoarding Heroclix in my house.
That's correct.
I am. Yeah, I was just actually on a phone call with Alec. Shout out to Alec, who will be
Yeah, he'll get mentioned.
We'll get to that in a moment. But I was telling him, I was just like, man, I feel like I'm becoming a dragon. It's not, a dragon does not collect gold for the future sale of it, for the
he's not
preservation of wealth.
Making sure he has liquid assets here.
No,
and
he's
then
not.
stored
This
savings.
dragon is no accounting. He's no accountant, sorry. And yeah, so in the coming weeks, I've really, been curating my list. Expect a sale post coming from me. I've got, and then, honestly, guys, the more that you buy, the more that I don't have to ship out individual boxes. I'm going to try to make it worth people's time to buy in bulk, because we've got bulk, and I have everything I need and then some. And I've just let that accumulate to a point that, yeah, I love Heroclix.
Big fan.
My love for it continues on to, I think, past a point of sanity at this point.
Oh my!
There's just, seriously, there's boxes. We've got boxes in here.
I mean,
there's boxes of stuff.
There's boxes.
There's so many boxes of stuff, Calder.
I know.
I think it's time for a giveaway at some point here.
Oh yeah,
we'll figure out a way,
we gotta
guys.
Do some massive gift. I mean, the best way to do it would be just like a ton of stuff to one person.
Yeah,
that is like the best.
I think
way
that's
to get
coming.
rid of the sheer just volume of Heroclix that we have. It's.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm looking at some boxes right now.
Hey, some of my boxes are organized at least.
Yeah,
but
some of mine are too.
Those ones aren't, but
some of mine
a few
are.
of them back there are where I did buy. I love going. The way I do it is I just get like those little plastic tubs, little tiny plastic tubs from like Target or Walmart or wherever, and you can fit about a full set ish in there. I always have a Kerr set and then whatever super rares and chases that I want from the set. I wasn't always collecting full ish sets or even Kerr sets, and I typically get rid of my Kerr sets once they rotate out of modern, unless it's like really cool figures.
Yeah,
that's about how my collection goes. So I think the only full Kerr sets I still even have are like Ace that are silver, are like A60 and then original Disney Plus. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of those. I'll never get rid of original Disney Plus. I love that set too much to ever get rid of any of it, really. But yeah, no, there's a ton of Heroclix. I mean, geez, all the Heroclix laid out on my desk from games these past couple of weeks, months.
That's how it starts,
Need to reorganize and just put back into my collection, but I should just always
pull them out.
Yep, you pull them out.
You pull them out, and then they homogenize.
You get sick and tired of all the piles of the last 5 teams you built, and then you finally put them back.
it's chaos, but I know where just about everything is. So I did some reorganizing today, actually,
Yeah.
which was very good.
Oh, nice.
So we've got a nice stack of boxes in the closet now, and that's all fitted to the set. We moved some things around. Like for a while, when I moved here, I had a big box of just like essentially booster trays of like all the valuable like super rare chase prime stuff I had.
Oh, okay.
And that was all stacked in a box. And that way I knew it's like, okay, if I need something like Null and his Necro Sword, for whatever reason, that's what came to mind.
Super rare and object, yeah.
He's right there. You know, if I need Commissioner, he's in the box too. And so those were all stacked out nice and neatly. But over time, those were pulled out. I borrowed them out. I played them myself, whatever it was. And they've just kind of scattered around. So we kind of did that same system. And yeah, now it's a matter of like, okay, we need to thin out, but we also need to get, I'm really thinking just a big like toolbox wall, you know, like the things you put all your tools in.
Yeah.
I think I need that. Because I'm not fully willing to give up everything. I still want a lot of these things. I like having these things. Very much feels like being a historian. You know, you walk back into the Museum of Memory. You see
Yeah, you gotta have your
all
favorite
those
figures
Heroclix.
from the different eras in your time and stuff. Where it's like, dude,
Well,
I
I've got a
remember
lot
when I
of
was-
favorites then.
I remember when I was obsessed with like this character, that character, like this figure, that figure. And you know, I'll play it every once in a while in like a golden or like a silver if we do like a nice casual, fun golden silver. And it feels good to play
Oh,
that
yeah.
piece again. It feels different, obviously. It's not the same, but
Mm-hmm.
it's still fun to just keep all those bad boys around, keep those memories around.
It is,
Yeah.
man. And the extent
You
of
got to
that...
get rid of that Wonder Woman cur, though.
Shut
the
up.
fact that you have Wonder Woman cur is wild.
Dude, I cannot believe you're doing this to me on the show.
It's like, brother.
Yeah, I mean, that was the set I bought the
4 years
most
ago,
of.
4 years ago, Wonder
Yeah.
Woman cur.
Yeah, I
and it's a
know.
lot, listener.
There's
It's like
hey, you open up that drawer though. It's a Pawn Star situation. You don't know what's in that drawer. You could not. I could tell you what's
There
in that
might
drawer.
even be some Empire cur in there.
No, I'll tell you what.
Oh,
I'll tell you what else in that drawer. There's a couple Dark Phoenixes from XDPS chilling in there. There is.
Wow.
For whatever reason, that's always the spot they got put in because they're a little bigger. And I played those so much, dude. Oh my! Luke and I both. We had to have
That's
two of
wild.
those. There's a couple Ulysses in there. For whatever reason,
What?
opened them from the mail, and I had already pulled. I had
chucked
pulled
them.
one though. Remember in my brick,
That's
I
right, you
opened
did,
one,
yeah.
and I did want two because I got some teams there.
Hmm.
So I bought two, and then we opened one, or I opened one. So now I have three. So I was like, well, you know, they ended up there. There's a few like legacy figures in there too, just a
Okay.
handful of them.
Okay.
So it's kind of become a hodgepodge drawer. But yes, the foundation of it is things like German Soldier and
Allied
Hades
Soldier.
and Allied Soldier and Minotaur and Minotaur and Minotaur.
Yeah. Goodness
Yeah.
gravy. Goodness gracious. Wow.
Anyway.
Well, Ian, I feel like we're going to have similar answers for what made us happy this week, but
Yeah.
why don't you lead us into that?
Oh, okay. Nothing. No, I'm kidding.
All right, there it is.
Yep.
And now let's go on with the show.
No, a lot of stuff. It was a good week.
It was.
It was a lot of fun. And this was part of the reason I called Alec. So in Heroclix, you know, I think a lot of the relationships we have, and you had said this actually, was that it's largely like, and I'll see you at the next event. And
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to frame it like, oh yeah. But you know, you exist in a space with somebody, you have a common interest, and then you meet up in those places. And so Alec from Heroclix USA actually planned a trip to Omaha, which I cannot believe he
Madman.
managed to convince his wife
It rocks.
of that. That's wild. Like, welcome to Omaha, though. Omaha's cool. It's just not exactly a destination city, but
Not
they still had
necessarily.
fun.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, to have that relationship kind of move outside of that, where it's like, yeah, I'm just coming to hang out. I was thinking about that a good deal today, where I was like, that has not happened, like, ever.
No, it's never happened.
I guess with you and me,
Heroclix.
I mean, I live with you.
I mean, us, yeah. But we were also like way
We, like,
closer
work
by.
together,
We like
you know?
yeah, we filmed like videos early on together and stuff, like before it was like fully on like Dial H, but yeah. No, actually there was one time that I came and hung out.
yeah.
Yeah, there was a few times actually.
Yeah. I'm just saying more so in the sense of, like, I think it's a little different because it's like, oh, we're working towards this.
True. Yeah.
So it just, you know, was kind of a stair-stepping. Whereas with Alec, it's like we just kind of met him, you know, through doing similar things. And now it's just like very much, I'd hang out with this guy.
It was crazy
Not that I
cool.
wouldn't before. I'm not trying to frame this in like,
no, it's
there's no way to be friends.
but there's but it's
There's, like,
seriously is
levels to
wild
it, though,
when it's
you know?
like, oh, I see you at events, and then it's like, hey man, you want to just hang
hey, I'm
out?
coming to Omaha.
And it's like, oh, I wasn't aware that was something you could do.
Yeah.
I didn't know Heroclix players could exist outside of
Heroclix events.
You know, it's like, oh, this is crazy
Hey.
cool. So, yeah, him coming down to Omaha, and yeah, shout out just his wife for coming along.
Yeah.
What a trooper, that rules.
Apparently, she had a great time per Alec.
Hey,
She
I
said
think-
hanging out with guys is like, it's just the best. They're
Hey,
way
there you
more
go.
fun to just kind of do nothing with.
that
So
tracks.
there you go.
Actually, that
Tracks
makes
so
sense.
hard.
That tracks really hard, especially us.
We don't need
That
an
really
MO.
tracks.
We're just
No.
going to have a good
We're
time.
hanging out, taking it easy. I know I made a few recommendations to them. We did have like breakfast at one of my favorite breakfast spots in Omaha, Harold's Coffee House. So I was really excited to do that. I did get coneflower with them as well. Saturday? Yeah, I think so. Sounds right.
Yeah, Saturday.
So I love coneflower. If you're ever in Omaha, the coneflower in the Blackstone district, last time I checked, is the highest rated ice cream shop in America.
Yeah.
Like it has the highest reviews in the entire country. For
When I
ice
first
cream and
moved
everything.
here, I got
Yeah.
a video for it that said, like, and now we're in Omaha, Nebraska, stopping at the #1 ice cream spot. I'm like, huh? And yeah, that's what that is.
I think it earned it. The Blackstone Butterbrickle alone, so good.
Butter
so
Brickle
fire.
goes so hard.
Dude, it's delicious. Oh my gosh.
Unreal. So
Insanely
yeah.
good.
Anyway, back to you, Alec. On Thursday, he came in. I had the day off. We went, got breakfast. We went to Spielbound, local board game place, played some games. Color went off to work. We went around downtown. We went to this really cool, like, vintage toy store that was just, like, massive downtown.
Oh, the Imaginarium?
Yeah.
Had to have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out the Imaginarium. All right.
And I actually had not been in there. I'd walked
you
by
really
it.
never been in?
Yeah, I'd walked by there a million times.
I didn't know that.
Never walked
I
in there.
love that place, dude.
So I was like,
so much
today's
stuff.
we're going. Yeah, dude, so much stuff. Something of note on that. There was a life-sized Harley Quinn statue,
Okay.
and it said, "You're welcome to take pictures with this, but please keep your hands and feet off of it." Now, the hands thing, I get it. People probably touch a statue, put their arm around it, whatever. The feet? What is, dude? Mr. Miyagi going in there,
putting their
karate
feet on
kicking
Harley
this thing?
Quinn. Yeah.
I want to see the picture that prompted them to go,
We got to add
all right,
this.
notate the feet. Take the
Yeah.
hands. Take the no hands sign down and add the feet.
Ugh.
that was
that's
really
wild.
funny, dude.
Someone's
It was a really cool
getting
shop,
a little
though.
toesy with Harley Quinn there. I guess.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
know. Yikes. Ugh.
But we just kind of went around downtown, had a good time. Obviously, I had to take them to the North Star of Omaha, also known as the Star Deli.
Of course.
Gives you direction when you're blind. It's just the best sandwich, period. The owner was in there, so we got to talk with him
nice.
just about, like, Brock, about how, oh, yeah, like, we source our meat from here. All of this is, like, hand chopped in the morning, and that was cool. Like, get a little
Actually, it was really sick.
behind-the-scenes tour of the place. At that point, though, like, I mean, it was a busy week at work, too. I was like, I got to go take a nap because we got to do what ended up, I think, being the most fun part of it was live streaming
That ruled.
for 3.5 hours. And some of it was, rambling nonsense, as one commenter put
AKA
it.
a really good time and three
Yeah.
friends having fun.
We're just hanging out on camera. That was
Yeah.
less so live streaming, more so just hanging
Dudes
out.
hanging out.
I had
not
no
really-
idea.
No real crazy point of discussion. Just having fun, letting the conversation roll and ride.
And
know?
somehow that conversation so often turned into, but what about Jennifer Coolidge?
I don't know.
I don't know what it is, guys. I'm sure there's some of you guys wondering, like, what's the obsession with Jennifer Coolidge
I don't
now?
get where it came from all of a sudden. I really
Honestly don't remember.
I want a hot dog real bad. She just comes out of nowhere and is prompted for who knows why.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Unfortunately, we find it very funny.
Yeah.
So this is
true.
not the last of Coolidge.
Certainly not.
But yeah, it was a great time. Afterwards, we got some Sonic because there's like nothing else open. It's like that, or maybe like McDonald's.
We had a wild time at Sonic. Alec was cracking up
Yeah.
at ordering
Just
Sonic.
ordering food.
It's so funny.
So
Oh, gosh.
that was like Thursday night, and then Friday, Saturday, I had to go in and work for the weekend. So didn't see him a ton on Friday, but Saturday I'll kind of let you talk about because you spent the day with them. We had dual tour guides.
Saturday was flame. Saturday rocked. So I headed out early Saturday. We went and just played a ton of board. So actually Friday night we played quite a bit of board games. Went to Insomnia Cookie. That was fun. I got them playing Featherlight. So I got them in on Featherlight.
That's a good one.
Which is cool. I got them playing a little bit of Lumberjacks and Sasquatches, which I don't know if you've played that yet or not, but it's a really fun game about chopping down trees by Prolific Games, and it's really cool. The cards are very funky. They have a very interesting art style and sense of humor to them, which is really cool about these like lumberjacks in the Canadian wilderness trying to chop down trees and also not get harassed by Sasquatches. It's a very simple game, and yeah, it's a ton of fun, and I really enjoy it. So we played that one a few times, and then they busted out some Legendary, and I'd only played Legendary twice in my life. Once with Matt Reed, which was a year ago, which is the last time I played Legendary, and him and I, we just struggled through Legendary. We'd never played before. He owned the cards. We had no clue what we were doing. Alec and I and Megan, we were just going. I'm like, damn, they know how to play Legendary. They're used to playing Legendary.
These guys are legends.
They were just getting into it. There was way more expansions to it that are really fun that I knew about. I thought it was just like, yeah, sure, like the X-Men, Heroes for Hire, the Avengers, Fantastic Four, I guess. Like, no, there's way more to Legendary to it. And it's really fun, and it's very much a cooperative, you all play heroes, deck building game as the game goes on, and to beat the villain. And I'm like, well, if we're going to play like cooperative game that beats the villain, that's a Marvel game, we got to play some Marvel Champions. And so the next day, on Saturday, I brought over Marvel Champions, and I kind of asked them the night before, like, what are some favorite characters of theirs? Like, who would they want to play? What decks should I build?
Superman. Superboy.
Marvel Champions.
Supergirl.
Marvel Champions.
Like their custom cards.
Yikes. People actually have made custom cards, I guess, for it. But anyways, so I wanted to run the Nightcrawler protection deck that I'd been running at, like, the local games I play. And I really enjoy it. Nightcrawler is a ton of fun in that game, especially
he's the man.
He rules. He rocks. The best part about him is the Marvel Champions, typically there's pros and cons to switching from the hero mode to the alter ego mode. In the alter ego mode, you can't really like attack or anything, but you can like recover and heal yourself back up and all this jazz. Nightcrawler, though, I never have to go back to Kurt Wagner. I just stay Nightcrawler the whole time, and that's like where he's at his best. And I feel like,
I mean, he can't really.
Yeah, so like mechanically, yeah, I know, I know what you mean, but like mechanically, they have like an alter ego mode where it's.
What does he just like go to church?
Actually, yes.
Yeah,
he has a chapel card that he can only use it when he's in alter ego mode.
I'm gonna say I think that'd be like the only way you can frame it.
So in Marvel Champions, you can't heal yourself except using special cards, but if you go to your alter ego mode, you have like a recover, basically. That's like, it allows you to like heal yourself for like the most you can usually heal. So that's the big thing about alter ego mode. They also have alter ego actions. So his alter ego action is like search for a Bamf. Basically, he has Bamf cards that allow him to teleport and defend people and all this stuff. I'm not going to super get into Nightcrawler. He's a ton of fun. He rocks. But yeah, quite literally one of his cards is like Kurt's Chapel, where he just goes to church.
Take me to church.
So I played Nightcrawler. Alex said he was interested in playing like Agent Venom, and I'm like, perfect. I have an Agent Venom for you. So we built him an Agent Venom deck. And then his wife, she said, yeah, Captain America. I'm like, well, I've got like the best min-max Captain America deck in the world.
And who are you trying to flatter?
Exactly. Yeah, I know. I was like, wow.
What's this about? What's going on here?
But they both said they wanted to play, or Alex said he wanted to play against Apocalypse. And Apocalypse is pretty tough. So I brought the Apocalypse villain deck. I brought a few of the other villain stuff. And we probably played Marvel Champions. It takes about, every time you add a person, the game gets obviously longer because there's like decisions and like the villain has to also attack them and all that stuff. So it took about 3 hours to play this game, Marvel Champions, but it was so much fun. And by the time we were over, like done with it, Alec was like, yeah, dude, I'm going to buy that game. That game rocked. And I'm like, so that made me super happy because that's like my second game besides Heroclix, basically.
He was talking about Zombicide too, and I was like, I'm pretty sure Calder has that. It looks crazy complicated.
I would have liked to play with him because every time I look up a video to learn Zombicide, and there's this really nice how to play video, my brain just like gets fried instantly. I'm just like, dude, there's too much stuff to this. Oh my gosh. Where really you just need to actually play it and get reps under your belt, and then it's way easier.
That's how everything is, right?
Try to figure out.
I mean, anything with a skill ceiling, like Heroclix included, so much of it involves just like not understanding. If it's a competitive game, that means you're getting your teeth kicked in. And there's people who go, oh, I'm missing all my teeth. There are other people who put them back in their mouth and say, like, do it again. I need to get better.
Learn. And then after that, Alec and I played some Heroclix. We played actually a Heroclix 400 game that you'll see later this week sometime. The Warriors of Wakanda versus Cap's Cookie Quartets. Like, that was a really fun team. After that, we took a little break, came back, got some Coneflower, hung out. Then you got off work, and then that's when we went to Fat Putter. And we finally got to play Fat Putter, which is this really fun indoor mini golf place in downtown Omaha. And then after that,
hold on. You're just going to skip over the fact that, I mean, going into the last hole, I was probably in like third place.
I was doing really good early on.
I had one really bad hole that cost me.
Yeah.
And then you like spin a wheel at the start of this course, and it gives you like some kind of hindrance or bonus. And mine was I had to pick somebody and they got to stand on the course. So there's this little loop-de-loop you got to golf it through, and then a hole that you have to hit the ball through, which then shoots up to where the hole is. And so Alec like blocked like 80% of the hole with his feet, and in one hit still just smoked it through the hole.
Big flippers.
Made it in 2 taps, and then ended up. I think I won it all. But,
I'm pretty sure you did win. Yeah, I think you're a.
But, you know,
What do they call it?
Megan claims,
golf?
Alec, you better have her listen to this. Megan claims she got like whatever, a 26 or
There's
something.
no way.
Yeah, we just don't believe you.
There's no way.
We don't believe you. You don't have to lie to be
We
cool.
also didn't use like
you don't have to lie to kick
scorecards.
it.
We didn't use like the QR. We were all just kind of keeping track ourselves. So, but you know, it's more
Fishy.
Fun. Yeah, it's a little fishy,
A little strange.
dude. That last hole just killed me.
It was hilarious to watch
was
you guys
awful.
just bash it into the wall
Bashing,
over and over.
sending it right back. I'm like, okay, need a little less mustard, a little less pepper.
Some people behind us waiting. It's like, yeah, we don't usually take them out.
Oops.
Just making the worst jokes ever.
Yeah, it was tough. It was fun though. I liked it.
Yeah, it was
I
a
really
good time.
enjoyed like all the crazy stuff that was going on. That ball maze thing, that was my best hole. Was the Paris hole where you had to use the ball maze to see if you started.
Oh,
in the
yeah,
gray
yeah,
or
yeah.
the black
Cranking
circle.
it.
Cranking the ball maze. This really weird contraption. Don't know how to describe it, but anyways,
Big circular wheel, put a ball in, then you have to spin a wheel to get it to move through a maze,
there you go.
and you have a time limit.
Yeah,
It was tough.
about
You had
right.
to yank it too.
it was.
like
Oh
heavy.
yeah, it was like a. What do you call it when you
like
have no
steering a
when
ship.
You have no drive or whatever when you're.
Oh, and you have no
wheel
power
assist,
steering?
You have no power steering. It was like
Yeah,
that, dude. It was
yeah,
crazy.
very great comparison.
But then I just sunk it. That was like my only hole in one of the night. Was just sinking it under the Eiffel Tower. I'm like, wow, amazing.
Wow, you
helping
really
out
are
with
French.
stroke or whatever. Holy wee, ha, ha, ha. I am
A
a
hole in the
Bill.
what? Bill.
I am better oxylipe.
So yeah.
Simeon Bruce.
Overall, great weekend. The other thing is we were walking downtown. I was like, I'm hungry. I wish we could get pizza by the slice. And like 2 buildings down, there was exactly that. And this was like right by my work. I was like, how did I not
So
know
funny.
they did this? This place brings us pizza like often.
That's hilarious.
And
That
yeah,
is-
they didn't know they did
when
that.
when that happened, because we were like, oh, let's just go to Insomnia Cookie again to eat. I'm like, guys, this would be like my second cookie of the day.
Manifesting pizza.
Yeah, and you were just like, oh, I just wish there was, I don't know, a place I could get pizza by the slice or something. I'm like, yeah, dude, something hot would go really, really well right now. And then just boom.
Then bang, there you
Pizza
go.
Literally pizza by the
It
slice.
was it was right
Insane.
there.
Just
like
wild. So
half a block away, maybe.
it's
So
crazy how it worked out. But just a great time.
Alec,
Board
you
games
rock.
And hanging. Alec rules. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
questioned it before, and now I don't.
Oh, dang.
So we sent him off with a nice goodie bag of stuff.
We did.
And then the other thing, and then we'll start talking about Heroclix, guys. Sorry.
We are. I mean, in
the
a way.
last thing, I can't believe brushed over this. During the live stream, Alec gave us some shirts. that
Oh,
were
yeah.
customized to us. And yeah, it's like one of my favorite things I've ever received. He literally photoshopped me, gave me like a crown, like a watch, some rings, and put me in a throne. And it's a picture of me like with my legs crossed, my fingers tented, obviously. In business mode so often. Sunglasses on and everything. And yeah, he's like, I know you'll never wear it. I was like, what do you mean? I'm wearing this. I'm the exact person who's going to wear this. So expect to see that shirt at future
So
events.
funny.
Probably every event I will wear that
Oh, it's
shirt.
got to be in rotation every event.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Has
an
to be.
event rotation shirt. So that honestly, that is probably the biggest thing that like made my week. That gift, it's wild. But Heroclix players, friends I have who happen to play Heroclix. You're a friend first. Have given me some of my favorite gifts ever.
Absolutely.
Like,
I agree.
Shout out to Canada Luke. We've already talked about the one he gave me, so I won't go into that. But
Yeah.
wow, that shirt rocks. And I'm the exact type of person to wear a shirt of myself
You are.
as a king.
As a king.
Whatever persona I've created, I own it.
Yep.
Whatever
that's
it
right.
is.
And then I love the shirt of the 100% Nest certified beef. I love it. So, Alec, you rule. The presents ruled. Hanging out with you just ruled. Just hanging out with you and your
Yeah,
wife.
dude.
It was a blast. A good time.
It was a good time.
So, thank you so much
thank
for
you.
coming down. So easily what made us happy this week. Well, Ian,
23 minutes later, the Heroclix podcast begins.
Heroclix was dripped throughout
Yeah.
there, I would say.
I hope it wasn't rambling
I don't
nonsense.
think it was. We were
Hopefully
literally
you guys
talking
enjoy
about
the
hanging out with another HeroClix player the entire time. But yeah, guys, Smash and Destroy Day 1 came out today at like 4 o'clock. And so we're going to run through some of the figures. I don't know if we'll go crazy in depth. I want to get crazy, a little not crazy
We'll
in depth.
pick a few.
But I'm going to talk about Steve Rogers here. This is 016A. Ooh, A. I wonder what the B of Steve Rogers is going to be.
Reeves Dodgers. Duck Dodgers.
Duck Dodgers. Yes, obviously. Prime Steve Rogers is Duck Dodgers.
Yeah.
But he's a really simple piece, 25 points. He's a sidestep perplex, combat reflexes, top dial, gets onto some close combat expert down dial, and he starts to throw some fisticuffs, I guess. And Steve here is Avengers Shield Soldier with the Avengers and Shield team abilities. This is also the first time we've ever gotten a comic book Steve Rogers that's not Commander Rogers, where he has like the shield.
Oh, sure.
So this is the first ever time we've gotten like comic book.
Did
truly
Old Man
just alter
Steve?
ego. Old Man Steve also
He had a
the shield.
cane, didn't he?
I guess he had a cane too, but this is like normal.
Wow,
Steve
I know
Rogers.
I know more about Captain America. than
No,
Calder
but that
does.
wasn't. He's still kind of Commander because he's in a suit. This
You
is
said
like,
without a shield.
This is totally like civilian.
By your
Steve
parameters,
Rogers.
I don't know.
This is civilian Steve Rogers. It's the first time we've ever gotten a comic
Is it
book
because he's old?
civilian Steve Rogers. Kinda. He was very like that's not normal Steve Rogers. Like
No, that's
old
fair.
man Steve. And so he's got a trait, Captain America's Hotline. This is from the Mark Grunwald run on Captain America.
The Gala one doesn't have a shield either, does he?
Yeah, but that one's Captain America because it's his
Oh,
name
fair
is
enough,
Captain
fair enough.
America, and his dial represents him being Captain America.
Okay, sure.
This one is very much like just a dude. you
I'm
know?
I'm done playing
yeah,
semantics.
dang man. So Captain America's Hotline, once per turn for all characters with this trait, when a standard friendly character is KO'd, after resolutions you may replace Steve Rogers with a character named Captain America of 60 points or less on its last non-KO click, roll a d6, and then heal that Captain America equal to half the result. So for 25 points, Avengers, Shield, Soldier, keywords. So, you know, Avengers being the best keyword he has. If anything dies, this
Standard,
also...
standard.
Standard
Standard friendly,
that
that's
is
the
huge.
big
That
thing.
actually is huge. So if a timebreaker dies...
No.
Okay,
Autonomous.
Sure, autonomous. Oh, also true. Okay. So yeah,
Yeah, walk it back a little.
never mind. I was gonna get a little too cheesy, a little too crazy. But still, for 25 points, he's a sidestep perplex piece. And then, yeah, whenever a standard character dies, you can have this dude turn into like Pegasus Captain America on potentially just charge, like not like a great click, you know what I mean? But still, like, a 15-point cheaper.
I mean,
Pegasus Captain
perplex is
America.
nice. Shield is
Yeah.
a good thing to copy, and yeah, having
Avengers
that in
is
your
a good thing
back
to copy,
pocket
too.
This is
Like-
not the first thing you're going to target. I
No.
don't think many people are going to be like, and I got to kill Steve before he turns into Cap. Like,
Yeah.
so it is a nice thing to have happen where it's like, oh, you killed that. Which at that point they're probably 2 actions in, 3 actions in.
Yeah.
Are they now going to shift gears to kill Cap? If that's the case, you just had 25 points of pressure, baby. That's
That is
a good
really-
thing.
that is really
And
good.
if they don't, hopefully you can get some value from the Captain America that you did bring in. Like, either way.
I'm trying to see what all do we have for Captain Americas that are under 60 because there's a lot
Kooky
that are
Quartet,
75. Him,
Pegasus,
him at 25, I guess.
Gala
That
at
is
45.
true. Pegasus 40, Collector's Trove 75. I guess the 55-point Sam Wilson Captain America
Whoa.
technically counts. The starter set one at 50 technically counts. Yeah, Gala at 45. That's currently kind of it. for
And then
modern.
Pegasus, right? That's it?
Pegasus. That one's 70. Yeah.
Oh, the Wakanda one.
Oh yeah, the Wakanda one. for
Although-
40, for sure.
Probably not doing
Eh,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But either way,
There's a
I
handful.
like
There's a good
it.
amount. Yeah, he is really fun.
Shield Perplex seems worth it enough. And yeah, a lot of the point cost, at least compared to other like support figures in that point range, is like baked into that. And either way, I really think you can get value out of this. And the thing is like when a standard friendly character is KO'd, that means if he's KO'd as well, right? Is it another or is it just friendly? When a
All
standard friendly
characters-
character.
When a standard friendly character is KO'd.
So
But
if
it's
you
after resolutions. Is this trait in effect after resolutions? He's just dead.
can we get an undead Cap?
I don't think he can come in off his own death because it's after resolutions this trait triggers and he's off the map, right? At that point. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, so I
maybe
don't
not. Either
So
way,
you can't kill Steve Rogers to make him
he's making pressure.
basically a friendly
Whether or
character's
not
got to
they
die
want
and be
it.
in trouble before he goes, it's a job for Captain America.
That's fair. Oh, I love this one. I've honestly really enjoyed all of the versions of this character that we've gotten.
yeah.
I've always thought he's really fun. The initial sculpt we got for him back in, I want to say, Secret Invasion, where he's coming off like that little kind of watery blue effect.
Yeah.
Jumping out with like the balls coming off him.
Oh, yeah.
I believe that was Secret
Little
Invasion.
speckly bits.
This is Speedball, who's a common
I love
009A.
I think Fear Itself is my favorite one, where he's like bouncing.
Yeah, oh
That
yeah,
little
yeah.
effect is great. But yeah, keep going.
Oh, I'll keep going, baby. This guy for 50 points in the common slot, oh my gosh, I love everything going on here. Avengers, damage control, initiative, new warriors, always like seeing that too. Spider-Man family, Thunderbolt, celebrity. I love so many of these keywords too.
Great keywords. Oh my gosh.
So many of them, it's like we see fleshed out over like a year, just like, and here's your champion, here's your new warrior. You know, you get a little pinch of them, so it's always good to see more of that. He's got a trait called damage control. Intern, where's my coffee? So it's damage control colon, which makes me think that there'll probably be more damage control traits.
Yeah. Which would make
shared.
sense for a smash and destroy set. I said about smashing things. There's got to be some damage control going on.
But his is intern, where's my coffee? And so he has power. Choose 2 of the following effects in any order. Move 4 squares. Knock back an adjacent opposing character. Speedball can use invincible until your next turn. So the move 4 squares and then knocking somebody back, or knocking somebody back and repositioning sounds like a lot of fun. Taking a cosset action to take invincible, I don't know. That's a little rough.
Yeah.
Won't lie, but there are probably situations where you do a little knockback, then you go invincible. But at the same time, how much do you need to pick invincible? Because he also has kinetic absorption, which is Super Sense's toughness. That's a special defense power. Again, has that Spider-Man TA. So, kind of nice, 4 through 6 senses.
50 action.
He ignores elevated outdoor blocking, and he can move out of adjacency as well. He's a Force Blast, 10, 11, 18, 3 with that special defense and prob. Seeing prob on a common always gives you hope and
Very
sealed.
nice.
And yeah, I mean, the colors on him, I love the boldness of him. I love the just goofy costume. This is a really solid piece. This is just one that looks like it'll be a lot of fun to play, can lead to some goofy situations, and have some flexibility while doing it. So Speedball is a common, super dig.
Speedball is just like a super goofy character. And I just love seeing him whenever we get him, because he's kind of a fan favorite. I think he's got a mini comic cult following around there, so it's cool seeing him again.
Mr. Immortal vibes.
Yeah, dude, with the orange and blue,
The mask.
very Mr. Immortal vibes. Yeah,
The hair
mask.
poking out. What style of mask is that?
I don't know what you call that, where it's like a full wraparound, except
Ski
the top
mask
of your
with hair?
head, and then your like the bottom of your mouth is open. I don't know what kind of mask that's called, but yeah, Mr. Immortal has that mask. Speedball has it. Like all of the Wrecking Crew, have that mask pretty much. Besides like Dirk Garthwaite, his hair's not poking through, but. I want to say Pile Driver and Thunderball both have their hair poking out top of their heads. It's a very similar mask. Yeah, I don't know. Next up, I want to talk about the Taskmaster rare that we get. He is a shifting focus. Oh! A liquid death crack right as we get to the skeleton-faced man.
Sure.
How perfect.
There you
Wow,
go.
look at that. So he's got a pseudo shifting focus ability, which is really cool, and it's called Nice Move. So he's Avengers, Hydra, Shield, Thunderbolts, Assassin, Martial Artist. He's 65 points. He has 7 clicks of life. Really crazy dial, where it's like Stealth, Incap, Outwit, and then it's Force Blast, Precision Strike, Perplex, and that alternates. Those 2 clicks go on and off, and then he has a special defense power the entire time. So, Nice Moves, Captain America. Sideline active, friendly characters with a Nice Moves trait that began the turn on the map have free if an opposing character within 4 squares in line of fire was attacked this turn but didn't damage. Replace this character with 027C Taskmaster. Then you may heal Taskmaster 1 click. So it's not quite shifting focus. He has this weird way to like come in. This is based off someone not taking damage, and then brings in this Captain America, which is really cool. If an opposing character within 4 squares in line of fire was attacked.
This Captain America.
This Taskmaster copying Captain America, using his photo whatever abilities to copy Captain America's shieldness. So yeah, if you attack somebody and then you miss or they reduce all the damage, you get to bring in this Taskmaster or switch him out with your other Taskmaster, and you get to heal a click. His special defense is that dodge Daredevil did. It's pretty funny. Gives him energy shield deflection.
That dodge of mine.
That dodge of mine. Dip, duck, dodge, dip and dive. Dip, dodge, dip,
If you
duck,
can
duck,
dodge
dive.
a wrench, that's immediately where my mind went. I'm sorry. I'm derailing.
No, that's what I'm quoting.
Oh, that's
as
what you're
well.
going
that's
for.
That's also in dodgeball.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive.
Dive, and dodge. Or they said
Something
one of
like
them
that.
twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
remember the 8 Ds of So the dodge Daredevil did gives ESD and super senses, and then / if Taskmaster replaced a character this turn, he has safeguard outwit until your next turn. So all his powers and abilities can't be countered, which is really cool. So I'm really curious to see what other Taskmasters we get that are copying other Avengers or other Marvel characters, and what weird ways you work to like bring them in.
This is 27C, so we know there's at
27C.
least 2 others.
Exactly.
And I just love to see the original Taskmaster costume too. That makes me think of Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Classic.
And I loved
dude.
I know Taskmaster was never that great, but I still
Ultimate
loved
Marvel
playing
vs.
it.
Capcom 3. So good, dude. Go-to game.
Do you remember the old overcosted Avengers set Taskmaster at all? Does this ring a bell?
Yeah.
Let's save this one for the end of the episode. This will be our Jericho of the
Okay.
episode. Remind me.
Oh. Man.
We'll revisit 140
Taskmaster,
point Taskmaster.
Besides Empire, I always love him.
Dude,
when
he's so
when he
good.
comes out, because I really enjoyed the Captain America set Taskmaster. I liked the Civil War Taskmaster a lot. Actually, I thought he was really fun.
Oh yeah, the dial shifting one. The Chaos War
really
one,
cool.
who could just pick a slew of
Yes,
powers.
dude.
Yeah,
And he had
Taskmaster.
such a good sculpt in Chaos
Yeah,
War.
dude.
Oh.
Chaos War had honestly so many good sculpts, but he really is a figure. I mean, for as long as time, his first release was Explosion. Yeah,
Which is
Explosion.
also that same like hockey mask Taskmaster, right?
Yeah, well, it's
Or is
it's
that a different one of them?
it's like the blue and white. Yeah,
it's
hockey
the
mask,
hockey mask.
no
Yeah,
hood.
yeah.
Okay, I wasn't
Yep.
sure. I was like, I was like, maybe you're calling the skull that.
No, the skull
yeah,
mask
okay.
is cool. But no, he actually had like a hockey
He was
mask in that.
75 points.
Yeah.
12 attack, 8 movement, 12 attack. I think it was 16-2, but he was a stealth blades
12
perplex
back in the
piece.
day.
Yeah, he was
Nice.
and everyone just loved this guy. Sculpt was fire on him.
How can you not?
And then when he came back in his classic costume in Avengers, I mean, he was overcosted and he was bad, and we will get to that. But people
save
still loved playing him. I think every version of Taskmaster, even the movie set one, I played all of those.
Yeah.
The chase one especially was
Chase one was
actually
cool.
he kind of ripped. Never got his time in the spotlight, I don't think.
Yeah.
Nobody ever realized how fun that figure was. To be fair, though, I wasn't exactly pushing for it either. I was just kind of like, hey, this is cool to play casually, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, Taskmaster, what a great history.
Who's next, Ian?
Oh,
Who do you wanna-
boy, you know who's next,
Yeah, I
dude.
do know
You
who's
know who's next. Oh my gosh. This has
him.
been available for what, like 5 hours?
Yeah.
And I'm already just spamming you the dumbest stuff ever. Oh my gosh, Arcade is back. He's back, baby. And so this is Trapped Murderbots. He's a 25-point piece. He's got Assassin and Robot. And that is when Arcade is KO'd by an opponent's attack. After resolutions, roll a d6. 1 through 3, give the attacker an action token. 4 through 6, deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage, protected pulse wave, plasticity, blades,
Yeah.
toughness, some range combat expert. Now you guys are probably thinking, Ian, what's so great about this? What's so great about this is every time that Arcade has been in HeroClix, he has been so much fun. Whether it was, making bombs with, again, I believe Secret Invasion. It's been a while since I played that piece.
Was he in Secret Invasion?
I think so. It was either
Like
that or Mutations and
I feel like
Monsters.
Mutations and Monsters is more fitting.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mutations and
it's
Monsters is
gotta
probably
be.
where he was at. But then, the one who was map dependent as well.
Dude,
The X of
Avengers,
Swords ones who made the murder bots.
I
Like,
love those.
I've always had so much fun playing Arcade. So this is just the common
So,
one.
yeah, these are like the
There's
little-
got to be the ringleader.
Yeah, I assume these are just like these are the murder bots.
And
These
he's
are
going to be
Arcade's
making
murder
these
bots.
too. He's going to be
easily.
going crazy with these. So,
So
while
the
we,
idea of popping these bad boys out, like
Yeah,
a
dude.
plasticity blades piece,
I can't wait.
that's annoying. That's gonna be tough.
I love things that
you
generate
KO them, and it's darned if you do, darned if you don't. Get dealt a pen or
Yeah.
get an action token.
no expendable goon revive on these guys, which I won't lie, a little bummed out about. But Arcade, I just think he invites so many meta mechanics into the game. Meta being like outside of
Yeah.
like the realm of what's normal or, just goofier stuff. So pleasantly surprised to see him And yeah, just excited to play him.
It's really cool.
Dude, this Rhino.
This is a beefy. What a beefy
Whoa.
rare. Also, the lat budget now. We talk about the trap budget. Trap budget goes to Venom. Rhino's getting the entire Latissimus Dorsey budget here. It's insane. His lats are out of control. He's hitting a crazy post. Rhino's 75 points. I don't know. I think this dude's going to be a seal beast. Magia, Sinister Syndicate, Animal Brute, Ruler. He's got the trait, I'm Rhino. Unique modifier. When a friendly character uses charge, modify their speed +1, period. So that's himself, too. / friendly characters with Sinister Syndicate team ability can use charge, including Rhino. So now he just off rip from at 75 points is a 5 square charge +1, so a 6 square charge, which is really cool. And he gives all Sinister Syndicate charge. That's so sick. That's so awesome. His special attack power that he has on both lines. And by the way, so his standard speed is just Flurry. So at 75 points, he's a charge Flurry super strength piece. And then his special attack, super strength, if Rhino destroyed one or more pieces of blocking terrain, you modify his damage +1 this turn. So he's only a 3 damage top dial, but again, he can hit with super strength or something. And then he's got +1 damage. So he's doing 4, make that 6. Picking up something, just nuts. So first attack, boom, 6 damage. Second attack, 4 damage. Battle Fury, 19 defense, invincible, ignores blocking terrain, destroys it as he goes.
He's a
through
19 more often than he's an 18.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Geez, these down dial clicks of 19.
Like click 5, he's a 6, 12, 19, 4.
I love that spike of 4.
It's like, he's only got sidestep. He's got charge the whole time.
Yeah, always has charge.
You got to remember that. This, I don't know how they do it, man. I really don't. But every time the Sinister Syndicate is made,
They're just
for whatever reason, as far as
always a good
CUR teams go, they got to be like number one for fun, for playability.
Yeah.
Like every time they come out in
Superior Foes of Spider-Man, they rocked. Amazing Spider-Man, they were really fun. And then in Beyond Amazing, they had a lot of synergy in Beyond Amazing.
Earth X.
Oh no!
Right?
Yes, Earth X, you got it, Ian.
Were a few of them in was Doc Ock in Battle World?
Yes,
So they were in both.
They were in both. Well, they weren't really a Sinister Syndicate like theme in Battle World, so like there was just like
Beetle
16
was in Battle World, or was he Earth X?
He's
No,
Earth X.
okay.
So like the standard Sinister Syndicate was in Earth X. The only ones that were in Battle World was, I think it's literally just that Doc Ock, and maybe the Tony Stark Iron Goblin had it.
There you go.
But I think that was
I knew there was a couple
from Battle World.
But
unless I'm
every
wrong.
time they make them,
Yeah, they had that whole
they're always fun,
Sinister
dude.
6, or if they had like exactly 6 people, they got all these bonuses. Those ones were really cool.
Dude, so cool. Yeah, like I mean that common did Bullseye have Sinister Syndicate? Did they give it to him?
did.
They totally did.
Yeah. Bullseye and Beyond Amazing with the make a crit.
Him
happen.
and Venom, those
He
are
was
like
nuts.
some of the best commons ever made.
Venom that
Those are
kept
probably
healing.
some of my most played commons.
That's fair.
Dude, like when Luke and I unboxed that set and we just played all day, they were on every single one of my teams. That Bullseye was
Bullseye's
so
good,
fun, dude.
I'm gonna save this crit.
Yeah,
this little
save the
here
crit
for
with the
later.
rally dice.
Don't
That
mind if I do.
rocked, man. So I love to see more
Shout out
Sinister
Shocker.
Syndicate.
You got to give shout out to Shocker.
Yeah, Mr. like 4 attack or whatever. 8 attack
was
on
like
his
a
last
6.
dial.
He
Oh,
was a
6.
6 attack.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, he's the man. So, again, I don't know why other teams pale in comparison.
They just do. I know, like typically
what is it?
villains
What's
don't
their
work well
secret?
together in comics. The Sinister Syndicate, they're like doing layups.
Dude, they're
for
in
each
lockstep.
other. They're
Yeah,
helping
it's
each
the
other
Harlem
out, dude.
Globetrotters.
Yeah, man. The Sinister Syndicate, they're like, you know what? Teamwork makes the dream work. And like, absolutely. Whatever you say, Norman. Whatever you say, Doc.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love that Sandman from Earth X. You just pick a power. Like,
Oh,
so
sure.
simple. You just pick a power. Same thing, that rare Doc Ock that could choose like free, move 4, passenger 4. All
That's
that
the one
stuff.
I was thinking in my head.
He rocks.
I loved him,
Okay,
man.
yeah, that one was Earth
He
X.
was
Yeah, he was cool.
so solid. And so now, for 50 points, you have Rhino, who's giving everyone charge.
Yeah.
For
Oh.
35 points, you have Norman, who's in the most recent set.
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse. I am blanking on some dumb stuff
everybody's
today.
at least
Everyone's a
a-
Precision Strike now.
Charge, Precision Strike, yeah.
And then you can play the Chase Mysterio, and now there's Stealth as well. Like, man, the Sinister Syndicate are now just handing powers out. I love that. Like, that's just so much fun. So, hopefully, we get a few more. I mean, maybe there's a Green Goblin waiting in the set. or
In this
something.
set, that'd be wild. Because I guess, no, we didn't get a Green Goblin. We just
No.
got Norman and
Just
his
got
glider.
Norman.
And we did not. Maybe they're saving it. He destroys the city a little bit. And
I'd like to see him again.
Goblin bombs. That's kind of wild, actually. Not getting a Norman. Now that I think about it.
Ooh, and now we have the pinnacle of HeroClix right here. I mean, wow.
I do think this is a crazy sculpt for an uncommon, though.
Honestly, yeah.
This rocks.
No, this figure is really, really cool. This is like the core essence of HeroClix right here. This is just plain, simple fun.
It is
That's
simple.
Zax,
He's
man.
just a very simple figure. He's really cool. Yeah, hasn't
Brute
been
and
made
Monster.
in 15 years?
The last
Maybe
time I
more than
remember
that.
seeing this, I
You
think
think
I was in like
Monsters?
5th grade, dude.
Yeah.
So it's been a hot minute. So he's got Grounded by Water, which is poison. I always love to see trade. You guys know how I feel about poison.
Yeah,
I don't need
dude.
to get on my pedestal.
No kidding.
At the end of your turn, if Zax occupies water terrain, deal him 1 unavoidable damage. So there you go. But he's 100 or 60 points. He's a giant, 5 range double target. He's a flyer. He's got some phasing, pulse wave, impervious, and perplex on both starting lines. So at 100, he's 8, 12, 19, 4. At 60, he is 7, 11, 18, 4. So you still keep that damage, but every other stat drops 1. And so his dial alternates in 2-click windows where he goes from that phasing, pulse wave, impervious, perplex to a sidestep, super strength, and then super senses piece. So if you can find a way to keep him on those like top dial clicks, seems really solid. 10 clicks of life for 100, I'd love to see. Or alternatively, 6 for 60, like the 10 point per click. I mean, this is just a simple piece that looks fun to play. And it's, a really cool character. I've already seen the outcry on Facebook or the outpouring of just, it's so good to have Zax back. Like, this is the figure
really
I'm
cool.
excited to have back. And yeah, for an uncommon, I mean, there's something that clear plastic does to you, right?
No,
It just looks so good.
I love seeing it.
So Zax, he's a winner. This is a solid, I think, piece to pull in sealed, and we'll see kind of what comes of him. I wish he wasn't giant so you could equip him, but
That would be cool. But
he's a giant,
He's a big dude.
so he's big, dude.
Drax's a big old dude. So next guy I want to talk about here is Ant-Man. This is, I think it's Eric O'Grady. I'm pretty sure. Does he have a? He does not have a back of his card. Oh, yes, he does.
Oh, he does too.
Eric
I guess
O'Grady.
We'll find out.
It is Eric O'Grady. Yeah. So he is Avengers, Damage Control, Shield, Thunderbolts, and Warrior. He's only 30 points. He's an Empower. He's tiny. So tiny Empower you can carry around. He's got 2 targets. It's neat. He's Stealth, Combat Reflexes, which I really like for Ant-Man. So he's always going to be +1 from range, even if he's not in Stealth. And then when he's Combat Reflexes, obviously +2, which is sick at close. But his Damage Control, Shrinking Past the Rubble, Power, Ant-Man, and adjacent friendly characters can use Tiny and move through Destroy blocking this turn. I think that
Destroy?
I think it's... Oh, maybe it is just move through blocking. It is just move through blocking. Sorry, it doesn't destroy.
Yeah, he just...
They phase through it. That's actually better. Well,
yeah,
no, it's got different uses.
Because it says
uses.
shrinking past the rubble.
Shrinking past. So he's
they're
not
like
destroying it.
creeping around.
This is super cool.
I like it.
This is like... I don't know. I feel like this has to have some uses somewhere. He's also a team player, which is cool. So you can copy something.
It being a power action makes
That
me
is
go...
tough.
Makes me go,
That is tough, though.
But at the same time, size manipulation. There's all it takes is like one use case for it,
Yep.
and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Now there's the one shot too that does it, but that's 5 points for you. Whatever.
Yep.
So you can have you can have your cake, you can eat it too, or you can have Ant-Man.
Dude, like shrinking past somebody's like wall of barrier, all this stuff. I really
That's
like
really
this
cool.
ability. I think it's
really
I think it's
cool.
really sick.
He's also a warrior keyword. It's kind of fun.
Oh, what in the world? I didn't realize.
I don't know where that
didn't see
comes
he had
from.
Warrior. That is wild. Avengers, Damage Control, Shield, Thunderbolts, Warrior. The rest of them make sense. I don't know when Eric O'Grady was a warrior, but that's cool.
Was he in
That's
like War of the
actually-
Realms? I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think he was.
No.
I read that, and I don't remember him being in there. He's too small.
don't either.
Didn't see him. Oh, he's too tiny.
That was
Yeah.
good. That was good.
Yep. But I like this Ant-Man a lot. I think he's super useful. And of course, a common Empower in this set where there's probably just a ton of close attackers. I feel like you're going to want Ant-Man.
You're gonna get some value
You're
from
want
that.
Ant-Man on this team. And then this is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this. I think this is cool. 30-point Desir. I have no idea who this is. I kind of just like the look of him. Looking like the undead from like
Once
Baldur's
again,
Gate.
looking like you belong on a liquid death can.
Yeah, there you go. It's weird how all of these things flow together. As Guardian Monster Mystical Warrior. And it's a trait, soon we will be sated. When an opposing character is KO'd, Desir and adjacent friendly characters modify their attack +1 this turn, but they're just a hypersonic blade, super senses, and power piece that ignores characters for 30 points, and they're mystics. Like, this feels like a pretty solid 30 points to put on a board, especially in a sealed environment. And playing this in like an army seems like a lot of fun. It's also a 015A. So, ooh. But again, Desir, no idea who this is. But they are pretty point and click, just hypersonic figure.
But yeah, you can't argue for the points. An 8-speed hypersonic blades that ignores characters. That's an Empower. That's a Mystics and a Super Senses.
If you're playing in a
crazy,
BR
dude.
as like a second or third pass, this is great.
Yeah, it is really
This
good.
is just like a go up, and you might just kill something, score some points. And then, yeah, as far as like sealed goes, solid. We're skipping that one.
Yeah.
No chance we're talking about that one.
I'll talk about Wave.
Sure, welcome back, Marvel Snap.
Yeah, Marvel Snap. It's funny that like what was it? Hazmat and Wave are in this thing. So like some Marvel Snap staples.
Yeah, so
characters-
Galactus is the next character that comes in from this, right?
Obviously, yeah. Galactus.
But that's still a thing.
Yeah.
People still wave into Galactus.
Dude, people.
I quit a while ago, guys.
I don't have it on
But
my
I
phone
hated
either
that.
right now. Yeah. Galactus is easily the worst. Like those are my least favorite decks to ever play against. Like,
Yeah.
Cosmo and Debris were in almost every one of my decks for
They
a
had to
minute.
be.
Because like, dude, Galactus just sucks. That's just not fun. It's not a fun way to play. If you're a Galactus player, I'm sorry, I don't like you.
I did it for a while. I became the villain.
It's fun to do a little bit.
Yeah.
Really, you know what they do now is they symbiote Spider-Man into Galactus. Did you play when symbiote Spider-Man was a thing? He basically said if you already played Galactus, so you would wave, play Galactus, and then he wouldn't have enough power or something, right? So then you would play symbiote Spider-Man, and you would activate him, and then he would reactivate Galactus's on reveal effect, but with his power added to Galactus. So then Galactus became like a 13 power. And just nuked that location. Yeah. It was really gross.
Yeah, that was truly one of like the worst things ever. Galactus was miserable.
He's awful.
Wave
is an agent of Atlas, a martial artist, and spy and warrior, and also just Atlantis keyword because she's a dolphiny girl. So she's a trait called Hydrokinesis. She's 50 points, full dial combat reflexes, perplex top dial. Goes on to some sidestep Pensai exploit later. When Wave targets a character with powers or attacks, so this can be proc, off, or perplex. After resolutions generate a water train marker adjacent to that character. / Wave can pick up, hold, and use water train markers in terrain actions. When she uses a water train marker in a terrain action, she has knockback, increase the damage dealt by 1, and after resolutions, that water marker is removed from the game. So like that's really cute. That's a really neat ability. And then she just has flight, flurry, and sidestep. So I think this is just a really solid rare. Flight, flurry, sidestep. She's just a little bit of moving, a little bit of water, terrain manipulation. I think it's really cool. I like that she just perplex, makes water. That's huge for Atlantis teams to be able to have like that much water just being made. That's not like a
if you give her some more
smoke
powers
cloud.
that can like target people, like if you give her Outwit with like Tall Red or something, now you
True.
can generate 2 things of water. Ooh.
Yeah. And this way is just way more permanent. There was so much like smoke cloud, but it's water instead type stuff. But like that always goes away.
This is just
So
there.
now it's just there. And the fact that she like picks up water and hits you with it is really cute. It's very flavorful. I really like the ability.
I don't think she's entirely great, I'll be honest.
I think she's fun.
But I think it is a really cool ability to be able to, kind of water bend, move stuff up, move stuff around.
Yeah.
And but I don't know anything about Wave either, so I'm also
zero
not
clue.
particularly attached to the character.
I know there's people that like the Agents of Atlas though. So for those people that are
sure.
into the team, the Agents of Atlas, this one's for you. But that is basically all the stuff I want to talk about from this Smash and Destroy
Same.
unboxing day one. So
I think
cool.
it's about
Pretty
where I expected it. Like I knew, big surprise, shocker. I just like new Heroclix, but a lot of this, not quite like gripping me yet. There's nothing here that's really like, oh wow, like, Taskmaster actually.
I'm curious to see what the rest of them look like. That's what I really want to know. Because it's a fun way to do shifting focus. I really enjoy it where it procs off like a different effect versus just saying free. I know people might be like, oh man, I want to be able to switch whenever. But this is actually kind of cool. Then he gets like the Batman kind of bonus when he switches too, which is neat, where he just does something better. So I really enjoy that. So I'm curious to see where that goes.
If there's shifting focus with shifting focus and providing the benefit of getting a bonus when you shift, that's cool. I like that. Taskmaster's costume is fantastic. And then with it being a C version, we can at least look forward to an A and B. I'd expect something with Hawkeye, like he's got his bow, right? He's got the sword.
I think bow, sword, and shield are
That's
like
his,
the
like,
biggest
that's his
Taskmaster
lineup in,
Arsenal stuff, right?
His lineup in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah,
Thank
bow,
you.
sword, shield. I mean, that's what he always has, right? He's always rocking
He's always rocking the bow, sword,
arrows.
and shield.
Yeah, bow, sword, shield. Look at this.
Whose sword is that, though?
That's just
Black Knight?
Black Knight, I guess, huh?
Is it,
Maybe Taskmaster's just like, dude, I gotta have a sword.
okay. But with us talking about... Anyway,
We might
I
as
do want to
well-
conclude thought on that.
Yes.
So with Smash and Destroy, I don't know. My mind is still open, but I will say that this is about where it's falling for me, where, I'm happy other people are getting their Hulk set, although didn't really see a lot
It was
of
just the
Hulk
one
stuff.
Hulk. Yeah, I'm curious to see how much more actual Hulk stuff.
Like, where is Hulk himself?
Where's Hulk? Like Leader, Abomination, Red Hulk, She-Hulk, Red She-Hulk,
Mr. Fix-It, fingers
Mr.
crossed.
Fix-It, A-Bomb, right? Rick Jones, or just normal Rick Jones.
Although it's only 3 packs, it's
Yeah.
15 figures here. Well, 16. 'cause
Like I
it's the
said, I
common
want
Hulk.
Zemnu so bad.
Yeah.
Rock.
But we're getting like wild stuff like Zax, so
Yeah.
you can come to expect it.
Zax and Rhino, they're in like that one popular Hulk issue, right? Where it's like a bunch of villains are lined up against him. Maybe not Zax, but I know Rhino is. There's like a fairly popular Hulk cover that's got like 10 villains on the front. I can't remember what issue it was, but I know Rhino's part of that lineup. So I know Rhino's like a Hulk villain sometimes. I know Zax is a Hulk villain, so.
But
There's
where's Hulk?
stuff. Yeah, but where is Hulk? That's
Where you
true.
at,
Facts.
Hulk?
Bruce. He's hiding out.
Interested in
Hiding
seeing
from
it.
the
And I'm
military.
really interested in seeing that Juggernaut dial.
Oh, yeah.
The one that we
Busted
saw
through the wall.
forever ago at
Yeah.
Nationals. Because
Right
that
now-
dude.
They're doing Juggernauts pretty well. They're giving Juggernaut some justice right now.
Dude,
Heroclix.
Juggerduck was a lot of fun to play.
Dude, he
I haven't played the Super Rare Juggernaut yet, but I already know he's fun to play. And looks like some
good, dude.
competitive
He
legs
is-
to stand on.
I mean, he's definitely been getting played competitively. People are liking him a lot, and he's fun.
Yeah.
Free damage?
Free damage
Wow,
is
for
good.
making attacks? Wow.
That's pretty
Neato.
good, yeah.
Pretty good.
Okay. Well, now we'll strap in for Avengers
excited for this.
Taskmaster. Oh, man, this is the first set with special powers, and it is just so wild. Like, this guy was 140 points. If he takes 2 damage, he's a 7-9-16-2 with
140
flurry.
points.
But you'll notice he gets his special attack power, photographic reflexes. Before any attack roll, Taskmaster can replace his attack value or defense value with the unmodified value of the same type from any target character within 6 squares, which he has a clear line of fire.
Wow.
It's so funny. Okay, we'll continue. Sorry, then we'll
To
comment on it.
which he has a clear line of fire.
After the resolution of an attack roll, after the resolution of an action in which Taskmaster uses this power, roll 1d6. If the result is less than or equal to the difference between Taskmaster's printed combat value and the replaced value, Taskmaster is dealt 1 unavoidable damage for each 100 points of the target's point value.
Oh my gosh.
So he would get punished for even doing this.
And doing it wild. What?
And then, yeah, his other ability was just he can use close combat expert and range combat expert. It's really
cool.
funny though how the evolution of like Heroclix standard power or special powers have had the same evolution as comics. Where it's
Yeah.
like instead of a character just like being shown opening a door, 50 years ago it would have been like, and when this door handle is turned, I shall reveal the truth of it. There's so much
Very true. It was way wordy.
extra language, to which this doorway leads to another room, which I will go and walk through and stand in. That's what this reads like. And also, yeah, this, even though this guy was like so bad, I mean, click 4, 7, 9, 15, 1. This 140 points, guys.
He got +2 damage with range combat expert, and then he stole a 12 maybe from somebody.
WizKids, I challenge you to legacy him.
Yikes.
And Jericho.
Ugh, don't legacy Jericho. That hurt.
That should be a new segment. We should find the most complex and just
Yeah.
figures that never quite worked, and then demand they be
And
legacy
just talk about
cards.
them and be like, wow, this hurts my head to look at.
Well,
Because
I think a lot
that's what
of
we do
it-
with Jericho. Jericho is literally just like, how?
What was it, like 240 words? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was like 240 something words.
It was so
This
funny.
guy says, so bad. Old Gary Van Horn here says he did redial him back in November 14th of 2014. So chill.
So a while after.
Yeah, this is a little while after. So bad I had to redial him. One of only a handful of carded figures to get that treatment. Okay, dude. Oh, and copying a 14 attack is great if you happen to be playing against Colossal Dr. Manhattan or Infinity Challenge Thanos. But you do realize that your opponent has to be playing with someone with those crazy numbers in order to realize your mad scheme of mooching big numbers, right? Most times, you'll be chancing unavoidable damage for a +1 to your attack value or your defense value. Sounds like a tough power to me, is what I'll... Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, this
This guy
wrote
had a lot to
novel.
say.
We don't
Department,
need
that's
to get
just
into
wild.
that.
What-
Go to the first comment. What was the first review of this piece?
First thing someone ever had to say by Corn Silk SW. Such a cool sculpt. Such a bad figure. Seriously, I have no clue what they were thinking.
Oh, 140 points for this? Good Lord. I like the photographic reflexes, though. And that's the thing, is I did like it. I think in my first pack of Avengers, I pulled him, and I was like, this is so cool. Knew he was bad, didn't care. I really did play this piece. Not as much as the super rare Winter Soldier from the same set, because he
Yeah.
was the man. But Taskmaster was cool.
Dude, that dude's the GOAT of this set. Super Winter Soldier, that piece just rocks.
Yeah, dude. I could give you 8, 10, 17, 3 stealth, super strength, toughness, range, combat expert, 10 range, 70 points, no TA. Single target. The man.
8, 10, 17, 3, 10 range, single target, stealth, super strength, toughness, range combat expert, no team ability, 70 points. Yes, dude rocks, though.
I probably could have given you like the first 3 or 4 clicks of this guy because he was on every team I built. And this was, man, I just had this crazy sniper squad team I'd play with him just week after week. And I think I was maybe, 11, 12, 13, around that age. I didn't realize I was being mean. I didn't realize that, I was just playing
Staying
like
this far away was a
meta
little,
stuff. I was just like, hey, I built this crazy good team. And with the way that Rainbow played, like we didn't play like rotations or anything.
Oh wow, dang! All
you could
golden all the time.
You could play whatever you want. So I was playing like him with like the old Infinity Challenge Invisible Woman who gave everyone an 18 defend, which back in the day for like 30 points was like unheard of. It was crazy, especially when your stats dropped so quickly. And then the super rare Scarlet Witch from the same set, I'd play with Thunderbolts.
Dude, I love her. Yeah, man.
To give her Green Lantern.
Ooh.
Back when you could wildcard or Thunderbolts DC stuff. So yeah, I just carry around all these snipers and just post up.
That's so good. She was still like one of the cheapest Avengers props for years at like 35 points.
Yeah.
And she rocks.
She made so many of my teams,
dude,
man.
I play her constantly. Oh, I love that piece. It's Winter Soldier. Clicking on Winter Soldier is wild just because you see the next time he gets made was when the Captain America movie set came out, which was 7 years later.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Especially with how
Winter
cool he was.
Soldier,
Like
yeah.
At this age, I didn't really know who he was.
Oh,
like
sure.
vaguely
You know,
knew
like
he was a
Bucky or
Captain
whatever,
America
yeah.
character. And this is actually one of the first pieces that I like spent money on. Like I think I paid $20 for him. So I would just, back in the day, I would just sit on my computer and look at the prices of Heroclix on eBay. Like that was a relaxing afternoon for Ian. Still kind of is, honestly, sometimes.
Yeah.
And I went downstairs, my dad, and I was like, I know you're going to think this is dumb. I know you won't understand it. You don't understand me at all. But there's this one figure, and I had to plead my case. I'm like, I'm telling you, he'll be on every team. I know I already have a ton of HeroClix, but like this is the one. This is one of one. This is Michael Jordan right here. And my dad caved in and let me purchase a Winter Soldier.
Nice.
But he was not happy. He's
yeah.
like, $20 for one of these. And I was like, yes.
Yep. Of course.
And I'll never look back. Never did.
Absolutely. Pops.
He was a fan favorite for a long time.
Daddy-o.
But there's our history for the night, I guess.
There you go. A little
Taskmaster is better.
Hero Clickstery.
I think that's the
something.
Hero Clickstery. I like
Hero
it.
Clickstery. Yeah.
I think that's the only bad Taskmaster, though. And we don't need to confirm
'cause
that.
The rest are so good.
But he's
At least
fire
so
like,
solid.
every time.
Yeah. No, I'm down. I'm down with the rest of the Taskmasters. They're all like,
He's mastering those tasks, dog.
oh,
That one messed up.
absolutely. Like 100%. 100%. Getting into our Patreon, where you can ask us questions, you can give us money, All sorts of fun things. Some of my favorite things people to do to me is ask me a question. Yeah, sure. What do you want to know? And give you some money.
What are you looking
cool.
for?
Thanks, man.
Wow.
But yeah, if you want to support everything we do, you can go to patreon.com /dialhpodcast. There you get access to our exclusive Discord giveaways, tokens, so much and more. And of course, our questions for the show tab, which is where we get these fine questions here from Dennis R, the D-Man. He asks, top 5 worst primes in Silver. I'm putting together a quick little listeroo here. I think these are pretty fair, just for grabbing them real quick, and just kind of peeping what's going on. So, number 1 for me, at least, because this one just did me way dirty. But I guess we have to mention, obviously, Craven.
The answer is Craven.
The undead Craven is easily the worst. Easily the worst prime.
He can come back to life if he dies from pushing damage.
Yeah.
Once per game, if Craven would be KO'd by pushing damage, instead turn him to click 1. To be clear, this was never great.
No.
And now
it
doesn't exist.
You're hoping to land on click 7 so he could push himself to death to then bring himself back to life. It was very not great. It was not good at all.
Really cool sculpt.
It is really cool. I do love that. I do still have this Craven. He's in my zombie display. I do still like him, but just that's tough. Next for me has got to be Thorn, because she was my prime in a brick, and I didn't get a chase in this brick.
I also have a hatred for this piece.
She's just a Blades piece. This little sidestep Blades piece. Ew, gross. Such a ugh.
She had a 3 through 6 shape change too, so Luke loved to play this figure, and it just drove me crazy, dude.
But only on clicks 3 and 4.
Somehow he'd always end up there.
Well, that's
on me.
There you go.
That's on me, dog.
But just wild abilities, not even just a real tough.
If we go to Battle World, the super rare prime Destroyer Thor.
Oh yes,
we pulled him. Or no, not Destroyer Thor. It was never mind. It was just the super rare.
Was the normal one? Yeah, who could just dodge.
Yeah, it's once per game, your opponent can decide that didn't hit me. It's that
would hurt a lot.
I tried to make him
Fantastic Four Punisher is just who is this dude? At least he's got uses and stuff, but it's what is this thing? Who is this guy? Little frog guy? This ain't Punisher. Zorn. Who is this for? I don't know. 19 defense, 70 defense, takes 1 damage. But I just never understood Zorn. I'm just dude, get out of here. The Omega Red from Rise and Fall is just charge piece, stock click, cool. Not even an exciting rare, really. It would be a solid rare and sealed or something. But then you make him a prime in the same set that has Gladiator Prime and all that stuff, and it's just, or even Mimic, who is a really fun prime to play, and it's dude, who is this guy? Once again,
that Mimic was really, really cool. The Gamora Prime, the Mission Point one, was never particularly great.
She wasn't.
I don't think she ever will be.
No.
It's not ideal.
I did at least T'Chaka 2, and obviously Ultron Pym, Captain Marvel.
Oh, Ultron Pym, and Captain
primes.
Marvel. That PB&J, dude.
Yeah.
I loved both of those figures. Oh my gosh.
You could probably say the Power Broker from Disney Plus. It just never felt like.
I don't know if she's in the 5 worst.
No, she's totally not. I'm giving it Thorn, Morph, Omega
Morph
Red.
100%.
Yeah, dude. Ugh.
Craven 100%.
Craven, yeah.
I mean, that anti-venom in that same set as Craven is also just terrible.
Yeah, I mean, it's also Captain Stacy. Okay.
Captain Stacy. Yeah,
okay, dude.
Love to see that one in your brick, right?
Big fan of old Captain Stace showing up. Thanks, dude.
Thanks. Fantastic.
Just
Oh, the Hydro Man as well, who had the Spanish card
Dude,
printing.
The Spanish card was the most common way to pull them. Yeah, so if you got an English card, you were rolling. I got
an English card one on eBay.
I pulled a black and white English card at a sealed event.
Black and white, English, limited edition. Can't find it nowhere else.
Hydro Man.
Just flexing it.
But yeah, there you go, Dennis. Air Kilometers asks, do you have any teams built for/with the Kooky characters? I'm trying to cook up some modern stuff. I haven't built modern yet. I did just play a Kooky Quartet game against Alec. Again, that video will be coming up here soon. That was really fun. They're a blast. Just an absolute blast to play. And then this past Sunday, we had a really weird scenario, and I was able to play Captain America, Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye. and that was pretty fun. So I enjoy playing the Kooky Quartet. I think they're a blast. And I've got a handful of teams rolling around that aren't really finalized yet. And then, yeah, Air Kilometers goes on to ask our last question of the week, which is favorite musicals. Any favorite musicals, Ian?
I do. Indeed, I do. Of the ones I've seen,
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
So easily my favorite is Evil Dead the Musical, obviously. I love Evil Dead the movies. I love Evil Dead the Musical. Guys and Dolls is one of the few musicals I've been in, so it has a special place in my heart. I don't know if I particularly love Guys and Dolls, but I do really enjoy it just because I was in it. I have a lot of good memories with Guys and Dolls, and it's just really a really kind of fun musical. Be More Chill is a musical I think some HeroClix players could get behind. Be More Chill is a really fun musical. Obviously, Heathers is great. Trying to think. Oh, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice the musical is actually up there for me. It's like probably Evil Dead the musical, then Beetlejuice, then Be More Chill, then Guys and Dolls. Yeah, those are like my top 3, top 4-ish musicals. I love Beetlejuice. I love Come From Away. If you want a musical that's just going to make you cry the entire time, but then also like laugh and have a great time, Come From Away is amazing. Six, the modern musical Six, is very much just like a concert more than it is a musical, but Six is very enjoyable. It's about the 6 queens that King Henry like had as wives, all his wives, right? It's a very fun musical. Yeah, there's all sorts of good ones.
Yeah, man. I'm a little more limited in what I've seen. Honestly, my exposure to musicals largely growing up was like Jeff, my brother, was into that. So I would get dragged along to it. And there'd be part of me that pretended to not like it. But I did.
No, I don't want to be.
And then I gave into it. I mean, for a while, I think I honestly didn't. But then I was like, oh, wait, no, I like this. But I think initially the premise of it, I was like, I don't know if this is my flavor. It is. So when we went to New York all those years ago, we saw Avenue Q.
Oh, there you go. Dang.
Dude, that one was hilarious.
That is a hilarious
That's
musical.
a really solid one. Rock of Ages was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Saw Lion King. That one was like, okay. I mean, it's like
It's just Lion King.
the prosthetics of it are very,
That's
very
the coolest
cool.
part,
The
is, like, how they
painting,
do the
yeah.
costumes, yeah.
Wild. The best musical, and whatever. This is generic. This is like saying your favorite superheroes like Batman.
Are you gonna
Book of
say-
Mormon.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to say Phantom.
No.
But yeah, Book of Mormon's good.
Book of Mormon is so good. And I'm actually, despite all odds, against all of my abilities, I have kind of gone out of the way to not see this, but my mom bought tickets. It's actually coming to Omaha, Hamilton. We're gonna go see in May, and if you wanted to come, I'm sure you could.
That's cool. I would be down. I would
Yeah,
totally be down.
if you wanted to tag along.
I have seen it once in person before, and like, it is. I've listened to Hamilton so many times.
Dude, I know, me too.
You know what I mean? Like being in just theater crowds or any kind of stuff like that.
You have a great story about a warm up with Hamilton.
That's
we don't need to tell
insane.
that.
Yeah, I don't want to tell that story. But
I just don't love having those worlds blended. Like,
I just
I
don't
like
believe
rap.
her. I'm sorry. Anyway,
I don't.
Not going to get into it. But yeah, like between having a sister that was into musicals, going on road trips, being in like musicals or being in theater, and then also like, yeah, let's go drive as a pack of theater kids to Casey's or Scooters. What was blasting in the radio? It was Hamilton, obviously, So I've listened to Hamilton literally so many times, and I understand that it's like gets a bad rap for being overrated or whatever. And there's days where I'm just like, dude, I don't want to listen to Lin-Manuel Miranda. So it's at once. I'm just the way he, It's
Dude,
like, he has
know.
a very apparent style. Hamilton is good. I do enjoy Hamilton.
It's just two things I like for very different reasons
Yes.
that are blended together, and it's two very different crowds.
But I can
as
only
well.
do it so much. I have a Hamilton like meter, which early on it was just.
Then you turn into the
it was
Hulk.
spiking.
You turn into the ham.
Yeah. The ham. Going to Hamilton, get with my tax return is what are all those memes? My tax return, like $3,000, something ridiculous, and it's like going to Hamilton. Give me the ham.
Give me that.
I always love those ones where it's like,
That's good.
yeah, those are just hilarious. But yeah, no, I would totally go see Hamilton again. It was really good. It was
I'm
really
sure
fun.
it's really good, but as far as like listening to Hamilton, it's like no, this is something to experience.
Yes.
I'm not going to be playing this in my car by any stretch.
throwing away my shot. I'm just like my father, or just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry. Yeah, goodness gracious.
But yeah, there's also like High School Musical, right?
That counts.
Yeah,
that has to count.
I want to see a recasting of that with you and your sister called Homeschooled Musical. We're all in this together. There's two of us and our mom and our dad. It's our house and a school. And then, like, I think it was High School Musical 3 where Zac Efron goes out on the golf course and has his big... I don't remember...
Like, does this weird...
I don't remember the words to this one at all. Why can't I? But I'm picturing that's you, but you're on the ranch, like, dancing between cows.
Fences and cows and stuff. Just...
Oh, I wish I knew that one because I would totally sing a stupid version of it.
The junkyard one is, like, my favorite. Him and his buddy are like just in the junkyard and they're like, we gotta be a man or something like that. It's really funny.
I like the baseball one.
Baseball one's good. Baseball one's really good
for other reasons.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, Homeschooled Musical. You guys, let us know. Is that something that you'd want to see?
Goodness gracious,
I think it'd be good.
I would seriously.
We'll cast your brother as you.
As me. Oh, goodness gracious,
because he's younger.
Yeah. I guess it would be more accurate to the time period. A younger version of me. But yeah, I would say as far as musical recommendations go, Air Kilometers, definitely check out Evil Dead the Musical. Definitely check out Beetlejuice. I love Beetlejuice musical. It's so good. And then Be More Chill is really good. And then I'll shout out Something Rotten. If you've not listened to Something Rotten and you can laugh at like Shakespeare stuff, definitely go check out Something Rotten. It's really funny. So yeah.
What's the one that Daniel Radcliffe did? Like Men in Suits or something like that. I can't remember the name of it. If I type in Daniel Radcliffe musical, we'll find it.
I believe in you.
Should have looked it up earlier. I can't remember the name of that one. How to Succeed in Business without really trying. I always wanted to see that one. That one's on my list of if that came around, I'd like to go see that one.
Yeah.
What about Wicked, Calder?
Oh, geez. Wow.
Never saw it.
So, fun story about the Wicked musical. When I was in South Dakota, I used to work part-time at the Washington Pavilion. And so I would build musical sets. Like, I was a part-time carpenter there. And so when they would truck in a musical, they would unload all the sets. And you'd basically take the first hour and a half or so of work just unloading the truck. And then you would start, sectioning things off and you'd start putting together the sets. Wicked made me so mad. And so, like, both building it and then seeing it in person. So my girlfriend at the time and I went and saw Wicked. And I told myself, like, don't complain about Wicked. Do not complain about it. Because I like Wicked. I like the musical. There's two things in Wicked that just peeve me off that nobody gets why I'm angry at. But it's because I had to build them and they were stupid. One is the statue that he becomes, spoilers for Wicked, he becomes a scarecrow, a pharaoh, whatever his name is, that guy.
Daryl?
Something. Daryl. Oh, Daryl. Yes, of course. But in the song "Dancing Through Life," he like swings on this statue and like touches it and kind of dances around it. And, like that's it. And it's this massive golden statue that is used in one scene. And it's just this big, heavy statue. It's like, why do we have this? This takes up an entire truck, almost an entire truck.
You got trap budgets. He got lap budgets. We got statue budgets.
Just have this one statue. I'm like, what is the purpose of this statue? Why? The second thing is in Oz, and when they get to Oz, like actually they see the wizard, right? He has this giant mechanical head contraption thing, which is just a pain in the butt to put together.
I can imagine.
It was just awful. And it was awful. It was cool. The effect is cool. It's this giant puppet moving head that has all these cool gears, and it's very steampunky or whatever. It looks super neat, but it's just a pain in the butt to put together.
Yeah.
And like I tried to make it through the entire night without complaining about those, but I had to. I couldn't do it. And I was like, I told her, I'm like, this sucks so much. I hate it so much.
I don't like
it.
But
yeah, but Wicked is a great musical. I like Defying Gravity, awesome. Dancing Through Life, awesome.
Yeah, you were dancing around in the movie theater.
Yep. And I'm gonna say my name. Is that the joke? Right?
No. This one's a little different.
Oh, okay.
That's the one where you're going on an adventure.
Oh, that's right.
So the scene is that Calder goes to the Wicked movie premiere by himself, and he sits in the front row of the movie theater, and he stands up and tries to get the whole theater to clap and sing along for Defying Gravity.
Come on, everybody! Come on, I'm with you, Alphaba.
come on, guys, stand up. And it's in a movie theater. This actually happened, by the way.
Yeah, of course. No, of course it did.
This is
I
a
can
very
attest to
real
it. There's
thing.
videos of it.
There's videos
It's time. It's time.
to sing. They stand up.
I'm defying gravity.
And everyone in the movie theater is just like...
Throwing popcorn at me.
like, dude,
They were so
stop.
rude. They were so rude.
Didn't people actually sing in that movie, though?
They did. No, they
Yeah.
did. People were seriously singing in Wicked. Not in the movie I went to, not in the showing I went to of Wicked, which is wild because it was still opening weekend. So it's very nice of them to not. But yeah, people were going nuts.
That's crazy.
It's actually a really enjoyable movie to watch. It's very different from the
Oh.
play. Obviously, it's a movie version of it or the musical of it. And so, obviously, in a play, people have to be played by real actors, like real human beings. But there's a character that's like a goat in it, like it's just like an animal. And so when you see him as like a CGI animal, you're like, oh, that makes so much more sense. Because before he's like an anthropomorphic animal,
Yeah,
dude with
mid-transformation animorph.
You know, yeah, basically. And so him as just like an actual, just like goat animal is like, oh, actually, this kind of makes it a little more, I guess, real, ironically, versus it just being like a goat dude, a dude with brown and white face paint looking like a goat man. So yeah, really cool. Anyways,
Heroclix.
those are all our questions for the week. Thank you so much to Dennis. Thank you so much, Air Kilometers, for asking us these questions. If you want to ask us questions, like I said, you can do so by joining the Patreon. But if you want to ask us questions for free, you can just go ahead and send us an email at dialhforheroclix@gmail.com or send us a message over on Facebook at Dial H for Heroclix Podcast over on Facebook. Guys, that is this week's episode, Smash and Destroy. It's just day one. You'll hear this on day two, probably. So there's a lot more coming out, but it's Monday night. We recorded a quick episode. Got it out
Yeah.
there. I'm excited to see what happens. Ian, any shout-outs before we go?
Yeah. We do have to still package up a mystery box for Dan.
Correct.
So I spoke with Dan today,
Okay.
and I said I apologize for that. He said no worries. I said okay. So the mystery remains. Does the box even exist? I don't know.
It'll have to.
Dan it will have to.
It will have to.
I'll feel like a horrible person if it
It would
doesn't.
feel really bad.
But as of right now, who knows?
Who knows, Dan?
Who knows, Dan? We'll get
knows,
you your
sir?
mystery box, though. I honestly do apologize for
I
not being a
promise it
little
will
more
be
prompt.
an above average mystery box.
Yeah, 100%.
Easily.
Maybe.
It won't be average at all.
100% possibly.
Perhaps.
It's totally going to be, but maybe not.
Could be. Could be
Just
anything.
guaranteeing it and immediately taking it
Saying,
back.
oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Ooh.
But guys, thank you so much for all your HeroClix videos, podcasts, unboxings, and more. Make sure you dial H. Like always, happy trails.
That's life.
That's life.
That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life.
That's life.
And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream. But I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet, a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out. And I know one thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life.
That's life.
I tell you, I can't deny it. I thought of quitting, baby, but my heart just ain't gonna buy it. And if I didn't think it was worth one single try, I'd jump right on a big bird and then I'd fly. I've been a puppet, a pauper, a pirate, a poet,
a pawn and a king. I've been up and down and over and out, and I know one thing. Each time I find myself laying flat on my face, I just pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life.
That's life.
That's life. And I can't deny it. Many times I thought of cutting out, but my heart won't buy it. But if there's nothing shaking come this here July, I'm gonna roll myself up in a big ball and